Welcome to Private Club Radio, your weekly source for industry education, news and discussion. Broadcasting from Tampa, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, here is your host, Gabriel Aloisi.
Do you ever get bogged down by requests from charities looking to get a foursome or a stay-and-play package from your club? It can be overwhelming, but today's guest has a solution. Mike Last will join us to talk about One Spare, which can help you easily manage those charitable requests and generate leads for your club. It's a great discussion that we have. Now, this week on Wednesday, September 18th, we are launching Let's Play Through. If you haven't subscribed, this is the time to now do it. Visit letsplaythrough.com. That's through with a U, letsplaythrough.com, and make sure that you're subscribed because episode 1 will be released at 6:30 in the morning on Wednesday, and you're going to want to be one of the first to watch it, believe me. It's one of the best things I've ever done, and I'm really proud of the show. And we're actually on our way in about 30 minutes to go to Streamsong and to Bay Hill this week to shoot the show. So a lot of great properties that are going to be featured. But apart from just wonderful golf, we're doing really exciting things in terms of travel and food and beverage experiences and finding really unique cultural things to do in each of these locations. So make sure that you're subscribed. Letsplaythrough.com. I'll see you there on Wednesday. All right, without further ado, it's time for our featured guest. Enjoy. My next guest is Mike Last, founder and president of Geronimo Solutions, and he's got a pretty exciting platform to bring to private clubs that will help you deal with all those charitable requests that you get all the time. So Mike, welcome to Private Club Radio, sir.
Thanks, Gabe. Thanks for having me.
Mike, give us a little bit of background on you and how you got started.
Well, many moons ago, I was an electrical engineer for about 12 years, went to Georgia Tech, and after 12 years of being an electrical engineer, decided to help golf courses book tee times. And we built a little tee time company here in Atlanta. Learned a lot about the golf business, I think, and that over time morphed into something that was 700,000 golfers booking tee times all over the country. Wow. And was swallowed up in 2008 and became part of what is now GolfNow, which has changed quite a bit since the days when we were doing it. And a couple years after that, we realized that, like you said, courses get a lot of requests from nonprofits, and we had started to help a lot of nonprofits raise money. So we sort of tied the two things together to handle the burden for the courses of handling all those donations and make sure that the clubs actually get something out of those donations.
I love that. So what I liked about your platform when I heard about it is it's absolutely free for a private club or a golf course to implement. So tell us about how the platform works and how people can actually get started with it.
Sure. Yeah, we built from scratch a database of about 13,000 clubs just so that it would be easy for a club, private or high-end daily fee, to come on board. And the average club can get started in about 5 minutes because we have some good photos, some good descriptions. And what we have learned is a lot of the clubs like to donate a foursome of golf. They like to think that maybe they'll get something out of that down the road. They'll do a foursome and they'll hope it is well promoted at the fundraising event. And our platform makes sure that all of the best promotional materials for a course are front and center at the black tie galas all over town. Make sure that at the end of the day, after the event is over, the club gets all of the member leads from that foursome that they auctioned off to raise money for a good cause. And there is a growing list of outing leads right in their dashboard that we provide for them. So the club gets the benefit of about $3 or $4 million worth of development over the last number of years to make sure that their life just got a heck of a lot easier. They can throw a link right on their website that says request donation. We handle making sure that that organization is a 501c3. It meets the donation requirements of that course. And we even give the course a way to accept or reject the requests if they choose to do so. So we put the course in full control. They stay in full control and they get some benefit out of those donation requests.
So many come through, I'm sure, for your average club out there. I'm sure they're receiving many, many, many donation requests a day. And so this sounds like it could potentially save a lot of time. Are you seeing that this saves a lot of time for folks that have to go through these things?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we hear countless courses tell us that they just get inundated with requests. And the first example that I can give you is down in your neck of the woods, down at Sawgrass. The GM down there, when we first started thinking about rolling this sort of a platform out, I asked him, Bill, do you get a lot of requests from nonprofits? And he said, oh my gosh, we get 15 a day.
Wow.
So that's at the high end, but not everybody is Sawgrass, but I think the average, nice private club might get 15 a week, or might get 5 a week.
That's still an hour of someone's time just reading emails, if nothing else, even if they're not responding.
Oh, and then some of the courses have committees, and they have to spend time to figure out if it's worthy of a foursome of golf. And now we've taken it a step further, and we actually are doing not just a member for a day certificate, but some of the clubs, including some of the Arcus clubs and the TPC network and others, have decided that it would be nice to do a trial membership for more than a day, do a full-on yearly membership where half the revenue goes to the club and half goes to the good cause that is promoting that membership.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's like a trial membership, basically. I like that concept. So basically, if I'm the Boys and Girls Club, how do I find people on your platform to potentially have at my auction? How does it work from the other side of that equation?
Well, there's a number of ways. We've got, I guess, around 9,100 organizations that have found us, and they find us a lot of ways. They word of mouth. One of the other affiliates of, say, the American Heart Association had a gala last year, had success selling a trial membership or a foursome or a golf vacation. We have a lot of fun experiences that we help nonprofits with to help them at their galas. And the word gets out that way. And as I mentioned, a lot of the clubs and vacation providers will put a link right on their website that says request donation. And when that request comes to us, we gather all the information about their event. We gather their location. We gather their 501c3 qualification. And we can put that right in front of the course if they so ask us to. Or we'll just handle the donation request for them and get the promotional materials out there. But the nonprofits find us a lot of different ways. Right now, we're getting about 100 nonprofits a week coming on board from a variety of different sources. And they love it because it makes their life easy. At least nonprofits really struggle to get fun experiences that they can promote. And they also struggle to get good promotional materials to make sure that the course looks good, make sure that the inside of the clubhouse that you just spent, several $100,000 renovating, everybody in the audience at these black tie galas is able to see that. And you don't have to spend time on the phone making sure they have your best promotional images.
Yeah, exactly. And it can be multi-million dollars these days with some of those renovations. I know, especially down in Boca Raton and things, clubs have put in just incredible amounts. I think the stat that I heard was $1 billion worth of renovations last year. I don't even know what it is this year, but there's a lot of renovations going on. So like you said, putting more eyeballs on your club is never a bad thing. And as you mentioned, this is a potential way for a club to attract membership leads. So walk us through that process a little bit. Maybe we'll take a little deeper dive there.
Sure. We know that clubs over the years have given away foursomes in the effort of, in the idea of let's get a member for a day. The guy will bring 4 potential member candidates out. And unfortunately, the club oftentimes didn't know where that foursome of golf wound up. It might wind up in the high school football coach's golf bag, for all we know. And he's interested in playing some free golf. In our situation, the certificate doesn't even get issued until we know that it raised money for the organization. So you're not willy-nilly handing out foursomes of golf. You are saying, here's our promotional materials. And if you want to promote us at your black tie gala and you actually raise money, tell us how much you raised, tell us the winning bidder's information and his email address, and then you'll get a certificate. So, and those just add up over time in the dashboard for that particular golf course. So a membership director can log into their dashboard and they see all of the people that might have paid $600 or $700 for a foursome to come out and play at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday to try out their golf course for a day. Or they spent $23,000 on a trial membership for a year. That's obviously you're getting more than a member lead. You're getting a member in that case.
Right.
But for the member leads, they just stack up right in their dashboard. And these are as qualified as they get. These are, golfers that have spent quite a bit of money to help, let's say, their kids' private school, to raise money for their kids' private school. But they also are certainly interested in coming out and seeing your course and all the renovations that you just did.
So is it everybody who bids on that auction item, whether they win or lose, gets added to that database, or how does that work?
Right now, you get the winning bidder, and in the future mode, you will get much more than that because we are doing integrations now with several of the mobile bidding companies.
Nice.
And so we have integrations going with a company called Bidder, or a company called Maestro, ClickBid. There's all sorts of these. I'm sure you've been to a gala where a lot of folks are bidding on their phones. Well, they collect all of that data, and there is certainly an opportunity to provide more than just the winning bidder. But, if someone was bidding on that trial membership, that they have an interest in joining your club.
Yeah.
And that is as good as it gets for a membership director.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'll give you an example. Like I have a friend who she did a contest for her new business, and it was like a free block of consulting, for instance. And she had, I don't know, maybe 50 to 100 people who signed up for that entry. And then she picked the winner. But then what she did was notify all of the people who did not win that, hey, you didn't win, but I've got, I'd love to give you a discount on your first consulting session. And I think just, that first day she did that, I think she got like $10,000 worth of revenue for her consulting business. So those people who are still interested in bidding, that would be huge in the future. That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, we're working in that direction, and I do see, like you said, a opportunity for sort of a second chance. You didn't win,
yep,
but here's an opportunity to check out our membership and come over and see our facility and try our golf course.
Yeah, it's huge. Well, like I said, I really think your platform is a winner, and of course, the price for the clubs is free, right? So let's talk about that, and again, how people actually sign up to get started or get a demo from you, Mike.
Yeah, so it is free for the clubs. We made the conscious decision when we first got started that we essentially work for the nonprofits. Our job is to help the nonprofits raise money, and if we are able to, at the same time, give the clubs a lot of valuable data in terms of member leads, outing leads, which we haven't even talked about, but those are also in the dashboard. So if the club likes to sell outings, they get all of the contact information for the event planner, which is oftentimes the same person that runs their golf outing. So it's a nice other tie-in. But we decided we want to make it free. We take a small chunk of the charitable piece, and the nonprofits love it because they raise much more money than they would without us. We keep our lights on with that charitable chunk coming to us. And then at the end of the day, if we ever to start making any money on this, which we certainly haven't yet, but if we do in the long run, any net proceeds are going to junior golf. So there's no way that the end game is make sure that there's a lot more junior golfers that are able to play and enjoy the game.
That's incredible. So basically, you're not in this to make any kind of money for yourself. This is all about helping junior golf. Has that been a passion of yours for some time, Mike? Tell us about that.
I earlier in the call we talked about, I think golf has been reasonably good to me, and I do see it declining at my own club. It's doing great. I mean, we have juniors that are, getting into some of the best colleges, and they're super good. They're winning the state tournament. But I know for a fact that junior golf is not what it was when we were growing up. You don't go to the course to socialize the way you used to. So I think junior golf sort of needs a kick in the butt. And there's a lot of good programs out there that need some funding. That I've sort of been researching things that get kids introduced to the game in big numbers. And so, it's a numbers game. So if we could get 1 million kids that wouldn't have been able to hit a almost golf ball off the side of a building, the gym teacher stays late and they get to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's great. And I'd like to get more kids introduced to the game. And so anything, like you said, this is set up so I personally can't make a dime, but in the long run, I would love to see a foundation that writes big checks to a lot of those organizations that are introducing, juniors to the game of golf.
I think that's really noble of you, and I appreciate that you're doing that for the game, Mike. So let's talk about some real life examples. Can you give us an example of a club or a golf course out there that used your platform successfully?
Sure. Yeah, there's a number of private clubs within several of the networks. I would say Arcus Golf has a lot of private clubs. They have a lot of high-end daily fee clubs. They use what we call a super user dashboard. So their executives actually are able to see the activity across all of their course accounts. They put the request donation link on all of their course websites. We handle making sure that all their best promotional materials get out there, and their super users can see at a national level all of the membership leads and all of the outing leads. And at the local level, each individual membership director is able to see those leads as well. So that's an entire network. The TPC network just put links on all of their courses, for example. Concert Golf, we've just finished building all of their courses. The Palmer Century Group has a lot of their clubs that are doing member for a day. The Escalante Group has their clubs, and some of the clubs, we hadn't talked about this, but it makes a lot of sense for some of the clubs to offer a national membership on our platform, not
Right.
so much local. But imagine if you could promote, you're a reasonably high-end club, and you would love to make sure that your club is promoted 1,000 miles away to a guy who might join and only come twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's a nice opportunity for you to get some promotion a long way away that you never knew was out there. And if it does sell, you just got a new national member who's paying dues. And there are some of those out there as well. Multi-course national memberships from groups like Escalante with their Icon membership, and the Dormy Network. They have a national membership as well. So there's a lot of folks already on it. We know that there's about 3,000 private clubs. Our goal is to get about a third of those because we think we can create enough demand at all of the events. And now we're actually starting to feature the golf memberships much more to the nonprofits.
I love it. And of course, you mentioned Contra Golf Partners. They're a partner of this show. And so I always want to give them a shout out. Peter Nanula is a great guy. He's on this show every month. So that's very cool that you've teamed up with them. Now, you've got a special for our Private Club Radio listeners. Can you tell us about that, Mike?
Sure. Yeah. If a club comes on board and posts either foursomes, member for a day, or a trial membership before the end of September, we will feature that club two ways. One is if a club likes getting outing leads, we have a website called bestoutings.com that is getting a lot of traction with event planners that want to get quotes from the local clubs, and they're looking to host their golf outing. We will feature the club, make them front and center within that website. And secondly, we can feature the club locally to all the event planners that are looking to raise money within the local market. So that's a new feature that we just rolled out, and we will turn that feature on for the clubs that come on board.
That's exciting. Yeah. And like I said, I hope a lot of our listeners come on board with you guys and save themselves some time and get some more leads into their database. I think it's a great platform that you've built. If they want to find out more, what is the website for them?
The best website for them to go to is just onespare.com. If they want to get a little more detailed information and they're doing foursomes, that would just be onespareteatime.com. And on the membership side, it's typically onespareexperience.com, which was the place that we decided to put the memberships. And I have a person who is more than happy to build dashboards out in advance and just do a nice little demo if a course is interested. And his name is Alex, and he is just alex@onespare.com. So he's doing lots of demos and and he does a terrific job.
Perfect. And just to clarify, since this is audio, that's one, the number one, or is it one spelled out ONE?
ONESPARE.com.
Perfect.
One Spare. And you'll see, there's a lot of things besides golf that we are looking to aggregate to make it easy for the nonprofits, but golf is a big part of what we do.
That's fantastic, Mike. I really appreciate your time coming out here on the show, and hope to do it again soon, Mike.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, and look forward to talking to a lot of your clubs.
That wraps things up this week on Let's Play Through. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm on my way to Stream Song in about 5 minutes. I'm walking out the door. I'll catch you at letsplaythrough.com on Wednesday on YouTube. Until then, here's to your membership success.
Private Club Radio is brought to you by Concert Golf Partners, helping to preserve and enhance private golf and country clubs. Visit concertgolfpartners.com to learn more about the recapitalization process.